If America is the greatest nation on earth, then we're all in trouble. The first US presidential debate, played out in the early hours of this morning, was harder to watch than a Stephen King horror film and more awkward than a Meghan Markle family reunion. How can this be the choice America faces in November? A thin-skinned, impulsive, xenophobic, sexist, homophobe in Donald Trump, and a vague, jaded and incoherent figure in Joe Biden, a man so lifeless he makes Count Dracula look like a rosy-cheeked teenager. America deserves better than this. This great nation, a beacon of democracy and free enterprise, has hit the buffers, conducting a haphazard battle against COVID-19, facing spiralling unemployment, collapsed industries, a divided, warring society, and an eye-watering national debt that makes ours look like small change. America is dealing with some of the greatest challenges in its short history. And what do we get from the two candidates who would be president? A slanging match. Interruptions from the orange one, predictably, and half-finished sentences and confusion from Joe Biden. Trump focusing his attack not on his opponent, but his opponent's sons, one of whom has sadly passed away. And Joe Biden telling Trump to shut up and calling him a clown, thereby relinquishing the intellectual high ground that he enjoyed prior to this contest. In the end, it seems to me they cancelled each other out. America is our greatest economic, political and military ally. Always has been, and that will never change. Which is why we need to care about this contest. Britain needs a healthy, strong United States of America. Britain needs an America that is economically productive and a healthy, flourishing democracy. And we must be careful, even if we don't like Donald Trump, and some of us don't, we must never demonize this powerhouse of a nation, given the bad actors internationally that on a daily basis work against British interests, China and Russia, to name but two. The best you can hope for in this contest, is that the lesser of two evils win. What a low bar that is for this country. After last night, it is clear there is just one winner in this context, and it's not the American people. Now, I'm a huge fan of Piers Morgan, a fantastic broadcaster, a brilliant journalist. He's really shaken up breakfast TV. But he has been berating me on his TV show about my mask moment, in which I chopped up a mask on this very show to spark a debate about the government's COVID strategy. Now, unfortunately, I didn't hear this sequence because I listen to Julia in the mornings. So let me say that as a fellow practitioner of broadcast journalism, I don't think that the very talented Mr. Morgan should be shutting down the free speech that he himself rightly enjoys on his show on a daily basis. And actually, frankly, I think it's a disgrace that government ministers will not speak to the people on his programme, including facing a grilling from the man himself. But here's the thing, there are a lot of views about masks. But given that we were told for months not to wear one, given the divided science around their effectiveness, remember, no mandates to wear masks in Sweden whatsoever, it's perfectly reasonable to debate the topic. Many of our rivals sound like an extension of the number 10 press office. Well, that's not going to happen here at Talk Radio, not on my watch. We will tackle difficult subjects, difficult topics, and we will challenge the strategy and thinking behind every aspect of the government's response to COVID. Curfews, quarantines, masks, all of it. It's all up for debate because we live in a free society, and last time I checked, we have free speech and a democracy. In the end, I'm not answerable to Piers Morgan. I'm answerable to you. It's your job to call me out, challenge me, disagree, agree, and all of the above. That's what this place is for. Not a TV host who frankly vacated the moral high ground when serving as cheerleader to Donald Trump during their on-off friendship over the years. And here's the final irony. Piers Morgan has a new book out, which I'm looking forward to. I'll be buying a copy. It's called Wake Up, in which he rightly challenges cancel culture. But the author of that very book is now trying to cancel me. The irony is pretty potent. Now, I would get my scissors out and chop up the book, but firstly, they've taken away my scissors. Secondly, the book's not out yet. And thirdly, I wouldn't do that anyway, because that would be against free speech. And that's what we're all about here at Talk Radio.